podcast introduces the contribution of BeComE project to the perspectives of entrepreneurship education. The title of the BeComE project is Calling of Being Competent in Entrepreneurship, using knowledge alliances for developing entrepreneurship competencies for the benefit of higher education and business. The project is founded by the Erasmus Knowledge Alliance program. The main aims of the project are to excel entrepreneurship education in higher education by creating effective knowledge alliances between higher education institutions and businesses, taking into account macro-level changes and development. To develop students' entrepreneurship competence and support the development of enterprising self of students, teaching staff, employees, and entrepreneurs to meet their labor market expectations and societal challenges, and to support entrepreneurship competence development of employees through the development of expansive learning environments at the workplaces of enterprises.
Accordingly, with the project aims and scopes, during the 3 years of the BeComE project, we developed innovative study programs embedding the support of the development of students' entrepreneurship competencies within the more general courses aims. So we did it within entrepreneurship courses, thus students learned new entrepreneurship competencies in parallel with learning the new business creation process. But we did it also in courses not focused on entrepreneurship, that is subject-specific courses, such as general management courses or HR management courses or something like that. We embedded the support of development of students' entrepreneurship competence within the aim, content, and specific characteristics of these courses. Thus, we supported the development of entrepreneurship competences by students at all levels of study, both bachelor and master degree studies, and both within entrepreneurship education and in subject-specific courses, not entrepreneurship education. In particular, what we did was to use self-assessment as part of the learning process of students within entrepreneurship education courses and subject-specific courses. Then we designed and operationalized specific teaching materials and teaching guidelines to develop the students' entrepreneurship competence based on a theoretical framework that is the Estonian entrepreneurship competence model. We designed learning and teaching guidelines based on the 4 different areas of competence of this model. And the professor and teachers involved within the BeComE project also supported the training of teaching staff in their own universities to promote the use of these guidelines also in other courses. And we also developed the interactive self-assessment tool for learning entrepreneurship competence, both for students within universities and for employees within companies. As a last point, specifically, we developed entrepreneurship competence among employees through the enhancing of workplace as an expansive learning environment.
One of the work packages of the project focused on developing workplaces as learning environments. In that work package, we had two major goals. First target group were the students from higher education institutions and how to support their transition and skills to transfer to labor markets with entrepreneurship competence, and also to meet the employer's requirements and changes in society. Secondly, our goal was to support the development of entrepreneurship competence through the development of workplaces as expansive learning environments. Three focus areas were recognized. First of all, to recognize employees as learners, to train them regularly and provide learning resources and opportunities to learn at work. Secondly, provide employees challenging work tasks, task-related feedback, and recognize their role as expert. For example, through developing companies' mentoring programs and giving employees both monetary and non-monetary rewards. The last point was to develop employees' congruence or alignment with organizations' goals and values. This could be supported by involving employees in decision-making processes and getting them to know better organizational changes.
Our team was responsible for development and implementation of a new training program and teaching and learning approaches for SMEs managers as a response to changes in business environment. Its essence was to develop and implement a new training program that would better address the demands of today's business environment and therefore would enhance entrepreneurship competence among SMEs managers in relation to internationalization of their businesses. Our inspiration for the program came from the theoretical and practical knowledge of the BeComE project team and from the service conducted within the project. In line with the project principal objective, the focus of our study was to gain deeper understanding of the needs of SMEs managers around entrepreneurship competence. In the first stage, we identified the most significant macro-level changes and their impact on entrepreneurship competence. The list is long, but let me mention a few of them briefly. Unprecedented digitalization, automation of businesses, growing role of technology, double-edged changes in labor market, dynamic changes in expected competences, progressive and dynamic internationalization, design thinking, lean management, growing focus on customers, and last but not least, a new profile of customers who are more experience-oriented, but also more demanding. The changes already mentioned impact the processes in which companies must make efforts to constantly adapt. SMEs managers and owners listed quite high number of competencies that are regarded as the most desired in a current working environment. The competencies most frequently mentioned and commented by them include diligence, creativity, responsibility, flexibility, emotional intelligence, and lots of skills, social communication, analytical, IT, language, and others. In light of our analysis, we are able to better understand practitioner approach to entrepreneurial competence in international business environment. Competences expected by the labor market have been changing continuously, and they are greatly related to coping with uncertainty and new situation, which is the foundation of entrepreneurship, in fact. In order to make entrepreneurship education more effective and responsive to the needs of business environment, we, together with entrepreneurs, we do recommend combining theoretical knowledge on entrepreneurship with business practice, new forms of education, tailor-made trainings and vocational trainings, educating in narrow specializations, including technological, digital aspects into entrepreneurship education, including internationalization processes, and balancing between soft and hard skills in entrepreneurship education.
During the development of the BeComE project, we aim to develop diverse resources to support entrepreneurship education and make a bridge to the organizational practice as well. So, there are different available resources on the project website. For instance, you can find there podcasts, supporting videos about entrepreneurship competencies, guidelines to support teaching, and reports that describe recommendations that were based on the project findings. Overall, the cooperation between universities and businesses in the current Knowledge Alliances Erasmus Plus is providing opportunities to share the experience between higher education institutions and businesses of partner countries. For instance, contributing to project findings, outputs, and diverse outcomes, which are considered wider than just the national experience of each one separately, for supporting the development of entrepreneurship competencies among students, employees, and entrepreneurs. Thank you.